Hi Preps, welcome to Art. This week we are continuing to learn about habitats, and this week we are learning about desert landscapes, desert habitats. Deserts are places that don't get much rain and are very, very dry. They can be either super hot places or they can also be cold places. Because deserts don't have much water, animals that live in the desert are able to conserve water and keep their body temperature at the right level. While we're learning about deserts, we are also going to spend some time drawing and using lines and colouring together. So let's talk about lines. We have wavy lines, zigzag lines, dotted, swirly, straight, dashed lines. There are so many options, Prep. Look at this image of an Australian desert habitat. What do you notice about this picture? What shapes and patterns do you see? What colours? Do you see any particular lines used? Perhaps what you'll need to do is find a big bit of paper at home and you need a black marker. We're going to be colouring and drawing using lines. Okay, so only using wavy lines, we are going to draw a desert landscape, a desert habitat. So you're going to be using wavy lines. So when you are using your pen or your pencil, I want you to think about using a wavy line. Now we're not using a straight line and it's not a zigzag, it is a wavy line. Now this is meant to look like the sand in the sand dune of our desert. So I'm going to go ahead and do lots of these wavy lines for sand in my picture. I have done a whole lot of wavy lines, not zigzags, wavy lines on my page, and this is going to be the sand of my Australian desert picture. Now, I'm also going to do some mountains here, and I'm also going to use a wavy line for that as well. But before I do my mountains, I'm going to put some bushes because some animals might live in those bushes. Animals could be snakes, they could be lizards, could be even kangaroos, rabbits, all those sorts of things. I am adding my bushes now. Notice how I'm using a wavy line again. You might make big bushes, little bushes. I've got some bushes, I've got my sand. Now we're going to be doing a mountain shape as well. So let's move in a wavy line. Now mountains have all sorts of nooks and hills and low parts and high parts. So you can see how I've got my mountains or my hills, my bushes and my sand. I'm going to go ahead and add some more wavy lines inside. Let's think about what happens in a desert sky. Now the images I've shown you have been wonderful blue skies. We're going to put some clouds. And when you think about clouds, they as well have a curvy line. So let's add some nice fluffy curvy. This has a little bit of a point in the curve when I've gone here. If it were just a wavy line, it would be like this. So I have put a little bit of a curve, a little bit of a point there. You can do clouds all over the sky here. I'm also going to add a sun. Going to do a nice big circle. And the sun rays, I'm going to do it in a curvy line again. So my whole picture, we have used only curvy lines to make it. Let's think about the colours in a desert. So if we're looking at a desert habitat, what kind of colours are the sand? So are they on the cool part of my colour wheel or are they on the warm part of my colour wheel? That's right, they're on the warm colour, these lovely orange and yellow tones of the sand. So we're going to decorate this with all of this part being warm colours. The bushes though, they will be on the cool colour because think about greens, they are all cool colours. The sky though, when we think about the sky in the desert, we are going to be using blue. So you are only using warm colours on the bottom and you'll be using cool colours on the top. It's up to you whether you want to do your mountain green or whether you want to do it in orange colours as well. So let's start decorating thinking about warm and cool colours. Perhaps I'm starting with colouring in here on my plants. And I really want to make sure that we are colouring in the lines. So some of us have been going out of our lines a little bit. It takes us some practice, but I want you to make sure that you only go to the edge and we are colouring in one direction. I'm not doing this because that looks a lot messier. Let's go closer. A lot messier than this. This is just up and down, one direction, and making sure I stay inside the lines. I have started using warm colours down the base here, and I'm going into cool colours. There will be one little warm colour up top as the sun, but now I'm going to add the cool colour of blue up the top. Perhaps I've finished my desert habitat drawing now. I used some paint and watercolor paint, and I also did some pencil and textures as well. It's completely up to you with whatever you have available at your home or at school. So we are looking for you to be able to use wavy lines in your artwork and to draw a desert habitat. You also might include some animals. I didn't include any in this one, but you might like to as well. Think about how you are colouring. We've used warm colours here and cool colours up the top. Okay, I can't wait to see your picture. See you next week.